Hey Dog Pros, Josh from Digiwoof here, and welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to go over your client journey and automations. So from our dashboard, we're going to go into opportunities, and your opportunities are where you're going to find your client pipeline, also known as your client journey. And so these are the stages that someone might go through in your business. And so you will be able to customize each one of these stages and then automate certain things that happen to move people through. Or if you move someone through, maybe that triggers something to happen as well. So for example, when someone schedules a free call, we want them automatically moving into the initial call stage. Whereas after the call, if Barbette says, oh, let me think about it, we will want to manually move them into the follow-up stage to maybe trigger an email to go out in a little bit. So then I'm going to go into pipelines at the top, and then you can create multiple pipelines if you want for your business. Maybe you have one that is just for your inbound, one that is for your classes, another one for your private training, or however you want to organize. Some people decide to just have a single pipeline for their business, whereas others decide to have multiple. It really depends on your preference as far as how granular or broad you want to be. So then in this example, we're just going to stick with one. So I'm going to open up our new client pipeline. And so here you can see that we have different stages that we will be able to customize. So we have new leads, applications submitted. Then we want some gatekeeping. So then we'll move them into send schedule, which might send a link to our calendar. Then we have when the call is actually scheduled, et cetera, et cetera. So know that you can add stages, delete stages, move them around however you see fit. And so we're actually in the lead pipeline in this particular account. And so then you can see we have leads, initial calls, if they missed the call, follow up, and then onboarding package, and then graduated. So pretty simple here. If we go back to our opportunities, in this example, you can see that we have all of these people have done something on the front end. All of these people are currently in the initial call phase. So we have a call coming up. And then we have other people that we have noted to follow up with or have moved into onboarding, etc. So then when someone submits a form, for example, we want them moving into the front end. So then let's go into our automations and see how we actually have that happen. So then in automations, you will find folders in your account that will be in a linear order, but do know that you can edit these, move them around, rename them, and use all of these automations basically as a template for however your business is set up. So then in inbound, we have when a form is submitted. So when the basic contact form is submitted, we want them moving into our lead stage. So our create or update opportunity action is what's responsible for moving people automatically over. So when someone submits a form, we want them moving into the lead stage, whereas when they schedule a call, we want them moving into the initial call phase. So let's go look at that really quick. So then in our call booked here, we can see when someone is scheduled in our discovery call, we want them in our discovery call phase. So that is one way that people are automatically moved over. Now, in another example, where we want something to happen when we move them over. So for example, when we move them into follow-up, we want them to get an email a day later, for example, that says, hey, great meeting you. If you'd like to get started with training, just respond to this email. Then let's go take a look at that. So then we can see that when the pipeline stage is changed, this is what is triggering this to happen. So when we move them over, we then want to wait a day, send an email saying, hey, great meeting you. Hi, so-and-so, great meeting you to discuss Fluffy. If you'd like to get started with training, please click here, do this, do that, respond to this email, whatever we want to have happen. And then we might decide to wait 7 days, send them another email in case they haven't done anything. Now, let's say they do move on to onboarding. So when we move them into onboarding, for example, we probably want to remove them from that other workflow, being the follow-up. So that's just to make sure they don't get those additional emails that we have in there. Now, another common automation will be scheduling. So when someone schedules on a particular calendar, we want them to get a confirmation and reminders about these. So then inside of our automations, let's go into a call being scheduled. We can see that we have our create update opportunity that we've been talking about. And then we are giving ourselves an internal notification to say, hey, you have a new discovery call with so-and-so. We can pull from our custom values as far as specifics about what they've given us. So if we've asked a specific question, we can list that answer in this notification to us to read it ahead of time. We can then also give them a confirmation. So your discovery call for contact dog name. So contact custom field dog name. So your discovery call for Fluffy. Hi, so-and-so, your appointment has been confirmed for appointment start time and time zone. If this doesn't work, please reschedule below. Now you can be a bit more personable in your response here and make this sound as if it's coming from you. And do know in our custom values that we can also pull items about the appointment where it is our location, maybe it's the start time, start date, etc. And then you can see we have waits based on the appointment. So 1 day before, send an email, 30 minutes before we send a text. So you can see that we can automate our confirmations about scheduling, as well as reminders to make us seem very professional. And we can also automate the follow-up after as well. So then we could just say, wait 2 hours after, for example, and send another email. Okay. Now, let's say from that call, we then move them into client onboarding. So we would drag them over into client onboarding. And so maybe that triggers an email to go out with links to various pages that we have with a contract form, a intake form, links to schedule, etc. So we could then go into our automations, client onboarding. And so when they are moved into client onboarding, we want to tag them as a client. We want to give us a task. Maybe we are invoicing our clients. And then we want to say, hey, getting started on Fluffy's journey. Hi, so-and-so, we're looking forward to getting started. To get us started, be sure to fill out your intake form here. Please do this, do that, etc. So inside of Clicks, you will be able to create pages that have their own links that you will then be able to put into these emails that may have the contact form on it, the intake form on it, may have scheduling links. And in the next video, we're going to do just that. So we're going to go over our funnels and websites so that we can start creating pages that will contain our sign-up forms, our scheduling, and everything else that we need inside of our business.